We continue with our Hot Shot Saturday as we enter into our second of our 9-game slate for today. This time bringing you red-hot action from the 16-under tournament of the North Division with two struggling teams battling it out in the hope of joining the leaders atop the standings as we bring you the live coverage of the games of the Apex Gaming 88 Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. So 9-game slate that we have today. Earlier it was Mindoro with that big victory against Malabon. So 16-under matchup tie for both teams. Later this afternoon, we still have Antipolo and Marikina. And this evening, we will be ending our day with Quezon City and Mandaluyong. A pleasant morning once again to everyone. Jaime Mandihar, together with Coach Mark Dandan, bringing you our Saturday festivities here in the Ynares Center in Antipolo. Ito nga, 16-under matchup na tayo for both teams. And a bit of an incentive for Malabon dahil medyo talagang disaster yung kanilang first game today.
Oh, syempre gusto makabalik nitong mga kuya ng Malabon against Mindoro. You see the standings there. These two teams are kind of close to each other. Mindoro 3-5, they're number 6. Malabon at 2-5, number 8. Malabon trying to avoid the play-in. With a victory here, they will tie Mindoro at least in the win standings at 3 wins and propel themselves to number 7. That's so medyo safe in that sense, but still, you know, there's a lot of work to be done.
Yeah, a bit of a logjam kung sakali magkikita-kita itong mga teams na to sa gitna ng ating standings. But speaking about Malabon muna in their previous ball game, they lost against Pampanga Junior Giant Lanterns. And you know what went wrong in that matchup, Coach Mark?
Well, if you're looking again at the statistics, Pampanga had 22 steals. That's automatically 22 turnovers for Malabon. So that's a big number to give up, especially at a team like Pampanga na nakita natin from last weekend, and they like to score in transition and give up 22 steals. That's not helping your cause in any way.
Samantala dito naman sa kabila, no, Mindoro, different story coming off that victory against a formidable Quezon City squad, 72-63, trying to build on that momentum in this ballgame.
What stands out here are the turnovers. Mindoro only had 8 turnovers. That is excellent in terms of protecting the basketball, and points at the paint obviously dominating against the QC 828 Giants. And let's see if Mindoro can protect the ball the same way. If they do protect the ball like they did their last game, this could spell a victory for them.
It's not a junior MPBL game without looking at our marquee matchup. 2 players that we would want to be monitoring in this ball game. Itong ang si Monico Manlutak for Malabon Fisher Mall, and we also have Lamarcos Pelayo para sa Mindoro Decena Foundation Junior Disciplinados.
No, Manlutak is the leading scorer para dito sa Malabon, but he's only averaging 9.7 points per game. So he's going to have to really step it up to propel his team to victory. And on the other end, we have Pelayo, 13.3 points per game, 4 rebounds, and steal and a half per game. So again, these two guys, they will be matched up against each other, but they will need not only better contribution from themselves, but from their teammates as well.
And let's not wait any longer. We pass it on to our venue announcer for our starting lineups.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Inaugural Center, Antipolo City. Here we go for the second match of Apex Gaming 88, Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Inaugural season. Now it's time for your Malabon Fisher Mall 16-under and Mindoro Decena Foundation Junior Disciplinados 16-under. Introducing first the starters of Malabon Fisher Mall 16-under. His playing guard number 2, Christian Ibes Miranya. Playing forward number 7, Sean Brian Santos. His guard number 11, Andre Garcia. Playing power forward number 24, Ricardo Andres De Castro. At center number 78, Monica Lemanlutak. The head coach of Malabon Fisher Mall 16-under, Coach Froilan Bagyon. Assistant coach, Jerry Doctor. Now introducing the starters of Mindoro Decena Foundation Junior Disciplinados 16-under. Playing shooting forward number 0, Kaiser Francisco. Shooting guard number 3, Simon De La Cruz. Playing point guard number 7, Iser Joaquin Pactora. Playing power forward number 18, Juanco Alberto. At center number 34, Vince Cartago. The head coach of Mindoro Descent Foundation Junior Disciplinados 16 under, Coach Mar Prihinal. Assistant Coach Migs Borilla, Gilbert Saura, Inky McCoy Lopez. Team Manager Jason Olivares. Games official at this match, Crew Chief Nino Perez, Edwin Tangkion, and Rapi Benedicto. Ito ang Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino.
We tip off once again mula dito sa Ynares Center in Antipolo, the 16 under matchup of Malabon and Mindoro. Yung nga, both teams struggling and trying to get out of that bottom cellar. Starting five muna tayo for both squads. For Fisher Mall, we have Miranya, Santos, Garcia, De Castro, and Manlutak. On the other end, for the Desena Foundation Junior Disciplinados, we have Francisco, De La Cruz, Factora, Albero, and Cartago as the first 2 points here. Brought about by the Junior Disciplinados to begin our matchup. They swing the ball, attacking the hoop. Strong to the basket, that won't go. Battle for the rebound. Mindoro ends up with it. Factora will be fouled in transition. Magang pagpapakilala sa isa't isa between Factora and Miranya.
Both teams really needs the victory dito ngayon, Jaime. Kasi tulad na sinabi mo kanina, may logjam nga doon sa 5 to number 9 spots dito sa 16 under natin in the North Division. So a victory here will kind of propel them a bit higher in the standings, but ang importante dito kasi ma-avoid mo yung play-in. Kasi sa play-in, kahit naman na tumagos ka, ang problema mo susunod, kalaban mo yung top seeds natin.
Yep. So, kumbaga, yes, makalusot ka sa play-in. You're looking at either the top 1 or top 2 after the elimination round. Still a tall order. So, maybe a more favorable matchup for these teams if they can put themselves in a position to be at least in the 5th or 6th spot, which they still have a chance dahil yung Manila is sitting at 4 and 6 rather at the end of their elimination round. So wala nang ilalaro yung Manila. Ikaw, medyo hawak mo pa ang iyong kapalaran talking about both these teams.
Hindi naman importante, di ba? Yung hawak mo pa, yung kapalaran mo pagdating dito sa torneo natin. Hindi yung pinapanood mo na lang yung mangyayari. Yun yung nakakakaba.
And I'm sure Manila watching this ball game very closely, trying to figure out where they would be ending up in the standings in this elimination round. Would they be still holding on to that 6th spot or 5th spot rather, or maybe a visit to the play-in tournament? It's another foul whistled here against Mindoro, which against Malabon rather. Couple of free throws coming up para sa Junior Disciplinados. Just a baseline inbound. Steal here. Snatching the ball away is De La Cruz. And all the way to the hoop, scooping it in.
Great finish there para De La Cruz. Body control ng bata. Really avoiding the contact and finishing. Medyo scoop layup.
Buwa pa nga sa kabila. 6-3 now. 3-point advantage early para sa Junior Disciplinados. Trying to look inside para kay Monico Manlutak. Trying to get him going early. He is the marquee player that we were highlighting pre-game dito para sa Malabon. And if you are Mindoro, you are have to check itong player ng Malabon.
And again, curiously, another tactic used by the Mindoro coaches, taking their best player off the bench. Pelayo is not here with the starting lineup para sa Mindoro. Maybe yun talaga ang tactic nila ng coaching staff nitong Mindoro.
They did the same with John Carl Canapi. For those who missed the first game of this morning, Mindoro with that dismantling of Malabon in our first game, winning by 41 points and finishing with 105 points para sa kanila. And they would want to be, Mindoro would want to replicate that same performance in this matchup. At syempre, Malabon, sure ako, hindi rin naman papabayaan na ma-experience ulit ni Coach Froilan yung ganong klaseng pagkatalo.
And from the looks of it, si Coach Froilan nangahawak dito sa tatlong team ng Malabon. So it's going to be a very long morning for Coach Froilan. And he wants to get at least a couple more victories after that stinging defeat ng first game natin.
Some miss there para sa Mindoro. Another opportunity, third time's the charm para dito sa Junior Disciplinados. Once again, a 3-point lead as Albero hits that putback.
No, Albero actually played very well nung last game nitong Mindoro. Actually, he was the best player of the game. Last game, he got 14 points, grabbed 11 rebounds, so it's a big-time double-double for this young man. And, you know, he can be one of those guys that Mindoro will be looking to support itong their leading scorer, si Pelayo.
So we see the first 2 points coming from Monico Manlutak. Getting himself going early. As a 3-pointer would be missed, but a loose ball foul whistled here against Fisher Mall. This Manlutak admitting that foul. One of the...
Umamin.
Umamin. Oh, look at this, Coach Mark. Platoon substitution here para sa Malabon Fisher Mall. Maybe a first 5, second 5 type of approach since we still have 4 and 34 remaining in the first quarter. Mala pasaril yung galawan.
5 minutes ang palitan. You know, it could work well for Malabon to keep their guys fresh. Siyempre, you had the guys, especially your leading scorer, itong si Monico Manlutak. But at the same time, you know, we talked about this nung first game, yung rhythm ng mga bata. Diba? Usually, pag sanay ka na ikaw talaga yung ginagamit na mahaba-haba, minsan sanay ka na bumubuelo ka ng maaga-aga. But with 5 minutes, itong sub-pattern ni Coach Froilan, kailangan mo tumodo agad, diba? From the tip.
And maybe a bit of a difference din sa 14 and 16 or even the 18. Kasi si 14, dahil sila yung first game of the day, found themselves early dito sa Ynares and got themselves warm from, you know, shooting, takbo-takbo. But sa 16, dahil diretso tayo from that first game kanina, just a couple of minutes nga to get themselves warm from the shoot-around. So yung buelo is not the same, no, as what the 14 under team may have experienced.
Yun din yung ganda pag sabihin natin kahit maaga yung laro mo, still have that extra hour at least to shoot around, get familiar with the rims dito sa Antipolo. Malaking bagay din yun kasi compared to the guys coming in sa second and third game and the following games at that, wala ka masyadong time to really, you know, get used to the rims kasi a lot of these kids probably their first time makalaro dito sa Ynares Center. So, you know, it takes a while for especially some offensive players to get used to mga ring, di ba?
How do you usually go about that, Coach Mar? You know, just staying with that thought of familiarizing yourself with the court, with the rim. You know, ano ba, matigas ba dito? Walang awa, ganyan. You know, so the teams that you handle, is it, you know, getting there early, as you said, or maybe even before that, baka may chance na mag-ocular dun sa court?
The idea is, lalo na sa amin, we try to get a practice slot kung saan man nilaro. Diba? To at least give yourself one practice wherein you can take a lot of time to shoot around, get yourself familiar with the venue. No, hindi lang naman sa rim eh. Hahanapin mo rin yung mga dead spots sa sahig. Diba? Susukatin mo yung layo ng 3 points. It's not really uniform from venue to venue. So, totoo lang. There are some venues na medyo mas maikli yung court. You know, the flooring might not be the same. The rims are different. So, ideally, you get at least one practice slot. Hindi naman din kailangan the day before the game. That would be best. But you get some time before the game na makapag-practice kayo na maayos sa game venue nyo, that would be big. Kasi that in itself is an advantage if the other team cannot practice in the same venue.
Kaya nga, I think sa NBA, no, there really is kind of a distinct advantage when they say home court. Right? And if doon ka nga nagpa-practice, you know, the ins and outs like the back of your hand. So, yan, advantage rin. Sabi mo nga, kahit mukhang pare-pareho lahat ng court. Tabla naman yung court. Diba? May 3-point line naman yan lahat. May ring naman yan, may net. But yes, to a player, it is very much different from court to court. There's a steal here para sa Malabon. And taking it all the way is Malyari. Iron Malyari for the Fisher Mall. Nice block on the other end. Lamang na dito ang Malabon, 9-8. It's Agoho, baseline jumper is short. But look at the battle for Sanchez. But Mindoro will end up with it. Still a minute and 40 remaining. It's Factora, no look inside. Kick it out for an open three-pointer, and that's good. This is De Osio para sa Desena Foundation Junior Disiplinados. Balik na naman sa kanila kalamangan, 11-9. Go to Agoho once again. 3-ball, won't go. Malyari figuring on that offensive rebound, but loose ball foul will be called. Tinulak daw from behind.
And looking at the second unit, itong Mindoro, Jaime, and on their bench, they only have 5 guys on the bench. This is a totally new 5. And I don't think Pelayo is present in the lineup for Mindoro. So if he's not there, that's going to be a huge loss.
Hanapin nga nila kung saan nila pwedeng kunin yung puntos that Lamarcus Pelayo is averaging para dito sa Junior Disciplinado squad. So nice pass underneath, but miss inside. Another opportunity won't go, but Gonzalez ayaw pa rin talaga. Malabon will run it. No look to Agoho. Inside basket is good. Tabla tayo at 11.
Ganun lang daw, sabi ni Agoho. Ganun lang kadali. Mindoro had at least 3 tries to make that basket. That's a lot of wasted opportunities. Lalo na wala yung leading scorer nyo.
Every point na pwede mo nga makuha, those easy baskets, you would want to really take advantage if you are Mindoro. Dito naman sa kabila, wide open is Malyari.
Another point of the turnovers nitong Mindoro. Malabon doing great job. Tulad ng ginawa ng mga younger brothers nila sa 14 under.
As Factora will miss on that last second try. They will trail by 2 is the Junior Disciplinados heading into the second quarter, 13-11. As we take a look at our Apex Gaming 88 move of the game. There's this steal coming from Iron Malyari and taking it all the way para sa Malabon Fisher Mall, helping them build this 2-point advantage heading into the second.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice.
Buong-buo ang puso nitong Malabon Fisher Mall dahil kahit natatalo sila recently, ang dami raw nilang natutunan na new strategies having played against those top teams. Sa kabilang banda, let me remind you na hindi lang basta pinutol ng Mindoro ang kanilang losing streak last game, tinalo pa nila ang isang undefeated na koponan. Pagbati muli sa ating viewers at thank you so much sa Apex Gaming 88 for bringing out the sheer fun in gaming dahil pwede kang maglaro at manalo gamit lamang ang iyong phone. Elevate your game only with Apex Gaming 88 but gaming to 21 above only and parental supervision is advised. Balikan natin ang mga kaganapan after the short break.
So resume our action dito sa second quarter. Jaime Mendior kasama pa rin si Coach Mark Dandan. Malabon holding this slim 2-point lead against Mindoro. Missing on that first attempt was Malyari. Mejano rather. So itong Malabon nga as reported by Mindoro as reported by Flo did beat literally the Quezon City Giants, undefeated team. So some momentum on their side heading into this ball game. Pero as you pointed out in the first, Pelayo is missing from their roster for this particular matchup.
The question now stands, para dito sa Mindoro, who will pick up the cudgels in terms of scoring? Will it be Albero, who had 14 points, 11 rebounds in the last game? Or will it be likes of Mercado? Diba? So it has to be a team effort para dito sa Mindoro.
Every time nga, nawawala yung puntos na yan. Marcos Pelayo, of course, averaging 13 a ball game. Has to be a team effort trying to fill those big shoes. Nice drop pass. Won't able to convert was Melano, but he will earn a trip to the charity stripe for a chance to extend this 1-point lead. Ano naman itong build din ni Milano, Coach Mark. Oh. Napakahabang bata rin. First free throw won't convert. And not if they're able to replicate the field goal or the free throw shooting of their 14 under counterparts. Dahil despite that lopsided loss, yung free throw shooting nila was a bright spot for the Fisher Mall. So maybe a premium put by Coach Froilan in terms of free throw shooting. Unfortunately, Milano missing on both charities. And straight away, the Asio hitting that three-pointer. So he may be the guy here para sa Mindoro. Is 6 point now para dito kay De Osio.
Well, contributions like that from De Osio, Mercado, and De La Cruz were actually the next leading scorers dito para sa Mindoro would be crucial moving forward. So defensively, Malabon has been there. They've been in their faces. They've been getting turnovers and rebounds. So again, sino ang hahanapin mo kung ikaw ang coaching staff ng Mindoro and who will step up for the players?
Maybe a bit of a blessing in disguise if you're Mindoro dito, Coach Mark. Dahil tulad nung natuklasan nila kanina sa 14 under team nila, that Adi Alvarez can be that third scorer. So in the absence of Pelayo, makahanap ka kung sino ba din ba yung able na scorer in your squad, that when Pelayo does get back your leading scorer, tuklasan mo that you can also rely on a particular player that you just might find out in this ballgame.
Dito naman sa Malabon, we'll be talking a lot about Mindoro, but for Malabon, Jaime, you've got Manlutak so averaging 9.7 points per game to lead them in scoring. Now, that's not a lot in terms of as a leading scorer for the team. So again, where do you generate points from? And Coach Froilan, obviously right now, it's getting it from his defense, forcing turnovers from Mindoro. But can they sustain that kind of play? Na sa 14 under, ginagawa nila kanina. Diba? They were getting to the free throw line, forced turnovers, lumalaban sila rebounding-wise. But can they sustain it for two halves? Kanina, first half lang nila nagawa kasi.
Yung opensa mo, dun lang manggagaling sa, offense out of defense. Maybe the absence of a go-to scorer might hurt you in the long run. A couple of free throws, as we say that. Are trying to put up some free throws, talking about Malabon, but they are 0 out of 4 from the stripe. Beginning of this ball game. This is Mark Joseph Sanchez on the line para sa Fisher Mall. 15-13 in favor of Mindoro with still 7:39 remaining in our second. First free throw para sa Malabon altogether, converted by Sanchez. So both these teams, as we were mentioning pre-game nga, well, every game is a must-win ball game. Pero if we can kind of highlight the importance of this game for both teams, really avoiding a play-in scenario where they just might see themselves out early. Gusto mo na magkaroon ng opportunity to face the top teams and challenge yourself. At baka naman, makalason ka sa quarterfinals. Best of 3 yan. Sanchez makes a move, misses on that J.
Sanchez actually the second leading scorer for Malabon, averaging 8.6 points per game. So, again, him and Manlutak really have to produce more than what they're averaging in the face of probably elimination, of course. Kasi ayaw mong malaglag talaga dun sa bottom slots. They do only have 2 wins. And then at the bottom part of the division, the last team only has 1. So they're only half a game above that.
So delikado pa rin pala, baka malaglag ka pa altogether. Meantime, punta muna tayo kay Flo for a report, Flo.
Despite their loss against Pampanga last game, Iron Maliari of Malabon left that game with honor dahil mga kabalin niya raw pala ang G-Lanterns. And what better way to learn than from those na kaparehas niya ng pinanggalingan. He's bringing those lessons learned in this game today, especially yung pagdepensa niya without fouling. Hi, man, Coach Mark.
Depensa without fouling. And that was the theme.
First game natin,
First
diba?
game natin.
Defense without fouling.
Yep, defense without fouling. And I guess normal naman in like especially in the kids, like the press is typically applied. Not always, pero very evident yan that it's either you should have a press sa inyong depensa, and syempre, from the offensive side, you also have that press break.
Kailangan na kailangan yun.
Nice behind the back pass. Unable to finish was Ferreros.
Sayang yung pass na yun. Napakaganda. That could have been our move of the game.
Have to choose for from something else. Hindi nga na-finish. De La Cruz tries from outside. That's too strong. Great box out there para sa Malabon, and will be fouled. Both teams still not in the penalty but at the limit.
It's no surprise na both teams are struggling offensively because these teams are number 21 and 22 in scoring overall. Mindoro averaging 63.1 points per game. And Malabon not far behind at 63. So 0.1 lang ang difference na in terms of scoring. And that's bottom 2 dito sa 1600 division natin.
Sa loose ball foul once again will be whistled, and dito na nga mapupunta sa free throw line ang Mindoro. Malabon will be in the penalty with the last 5 and 27. Sabi mo nga, Coach Mark, no, both teams struggling from the field, not just in this ball game but in the tournament so far in terms of points per game nga. And kung sino siguro yung makakapag-string ng a mini run just might be enough to secure a victory.
Mini run, kahit may 8-0 run ka lang dyan, might be a difference enough in terms of scoring. Kasi nakikita natin yung struggles na even from the free throw line. No, both teams haven't really capitalized on their advantages.
We see Salvador goes outside to Pacheco. Another nice pass from Miranya. 3 ball will go para sa Malabon. This is Matthew Aran getting that 3-pointer to drop. Balik sa Malabon ang kalamangan dito, 17-16 in the second quarter. Almost losing the basketball, tuluyan na nga mga agawan. A 2-on-2 fast break. Aran trying to go behind the back as well. Turning it over is Mindoro. So steal after steal, another turnover. So 3 consecutive turnovers in that possession alone. Sloppy basketball here for both teams.
Well, without the benefit of their leading scorer, Mindoro has really struggled, to dump the ball to someone who can generate something out of nothing. And on the other end, itong Malabon, they made the 3-point shot kanina, pero they don't really have to rush anything in terms of their offense. Kasi it's been offense by committee para sa Malabon. Diba? Hindi naman kataasan yung mga leading scorers nila. So they have to make the right place and find the person at the right time to make a basket.
So, sa struggle talaga. Kitang-kita natin why these two teams really are at the bottom of our tournament so far, of our 16 under division. Struggling talaga sila dito. Buying a basket, and as you pointed out, Coach Mark, even the free throws has been an adventure here. Way short on that second one.
Naiwan ata sa ferry yung free throw shooting nitong Mindoro. They're only 2 out of 11 from the free throw line in the first half.
Hindi naka-roll off. Naka-roll on lang pero hindi naka-roll off dun sa...
Naiwan ata dun sa ferry, no? Kalimutan ibaba yung bag.
Lane violation called, but still unable to make up for that miss was Cartago. So 2 of 11 pa rin talaga. Napanindigan. Nice pass ahead to De La Cruz, ahead of the pack. Back to a 1-point advantage here for Mindoro. So balikan lang ang kalamangan dito for both squads. Despite this low-scoring affair. Alley-oop to Santos. Nice find there coming from Salvador. At mapapa-timeout nga dito ang Mindoro. They are trailing by 1, 19-18 with 3:40 left in our second quarter.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine. Elevate your game with Apex. Register now. From the court to the casino, elevate your game with Apex. Register now.
Nandito naman tayo sa panig ng Malabon Fisher Mall kung saan sinamahan ako ng kanilang assistant coach na si Coach Dr. Magandang umaga, Coach. Coach, in your last game, nagkaroon po kayo ng crucial na 37 turnovers against Pampanga. Paano niyo po ito ikinorek coming into this game against Mindoro?
Ayun nga yung kailangan din namin na talaga na mag-focus yung mga player namin sa depensa, lalo-lalo sa opensa. Yung napakahirap din talaga yung kalaban namin, yung Pampanga, dahil underdog kami. Tapos yung mga players po talaga namin na yan, ongoing pa rin yung kinukonstruct pa rin namin yung pagdidevelop sa kanila, lalo-lalo na yung mga kabata ngayon.
I agree with you, Coach Jerry. At para ma-motivate pa nga po ang inyong players, batiin niyo naman po ang mga taga-suporta niyo sa ating viewers.
Binabati ko nga pala yung mga taga-Bagong Baryo, yung mga Barracks Boys, Barangay 152, saka si Congresswoman Noel, Jane, saka po yung mga manager po namin. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat, Coach Jerry, at salamat din sa Apex Gaming 88 for bringing out the sheer fun in gaming dahil pwede kang maglaro at manalo gamit lamang ang iyong phone. Gaming is for 21 above only and parental supervision is advised. Balik sa inyo, Jaime and Coach Mark.
Thank you, Flo. 19-19 tayo rito in the second quarter with still 3:06 remaining. It's been a very difficult ball game for both teams in terms of scoring. And napakababa nga ng ating scoring output so far. Just 19 points for both squads. Takbo dito ang Mindoro. Sorry miss from that layup. So even yung mga opportunities na talagang parang tutukan na for both ends, talagang may takip ata itong mga ring dito sa Ynares.
No, again, going back to our point earlier, iba talaga pag may oras ka makapag-shooting. Nakita naman natin kanina nung sa 14 under. They were here an hour early. They were able to shoot around. And Mindoro had 101 points in that game. Hindi biro yung score na pinutap nila considering hirap na hirap itong 16 under boys natin. Again, it pays to have that extra time to really shoot around and get to know the venue in itself. Kasi hindi lang naman sa ring, hindi lang sa sahig. Titignan mo rin yung depth perception. Diba? Ang daming players na nagsasabi na may ibang venues talaga na medyo nakakailang yung perception nila pag tumingin sa ring, especially from top of the key. And one of the venues what is very notorious with that is actually Araneta Coliseum. Yes, if you're facing yung south gate with the player's entrance, medyo iba yung depth perception nun versus the other end of the rim. So a lot of players, PBA, UAP, NCAA guys, have always told me na, Coach, mas mahirap talaga sumutun sa kabila sa may player's entrance compared dun sa kabilang dulo.
There really is, that factor. Yeah.
Pero kung mayabang katulad ko, walang depth perception. Shooter kung shooter, di ba?
Perception. Ay, saan pa yan?
Wala yan kung shooter ka.
Yan lang sinasabi ng mga hindi makashoot.
Proceeds to shoot 0 out of 20. Di ba? Ba't mo kailangan ng depth perception kung wala ka naman ma-shoot?
Magandang term yun, no? Nadali kasi ako ng depth perception, Coach, eh.
Ba't wala kang ma-shoot? Coach, yung depth perception kasi mahirap.
Okay.
Okay, boys, may mga bago tayong masasabi sa coaches pag nahihirapan tayong shoot.
Sa mga nakikinig po sa atin, that's a new term that you can use. Ako, first time ko lang marinig yan, depth perception. Meantime, a break here called. Timeout for Mindoro. We are tied at 19.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine. Elevate your game with Apex. Register now. From the court to the casino, elevate your game with Apex. Register now.
Back with the second quarter of action, 16-under matchup of Malabon and Mindoro. Exactly a minute remaining as Santos finds himself free. 21-19, a 2-point lead. So breaking the drought for both teams. Was Santos in that layup? And napakahirap nga makascore dito for both squads. So foul will be whistled here. And dahil penalty na nga ang Malabon, this means 2 free throws here para sa Mindoro. But the way they are shooting from the free throw line, parang good foul pa yata.
Baka good foul nga yan kasi Mindoro is shooting only 3 out of 14 from the free throw line. I mean, if you're looking at their shooting statistics, so they're only, overall, they're 7 out of 29 from the field, 2 out of 7 from the three-point line, and now 4 out of 15 from the free throw. So it's not been a very good shooting morning para dito sa Mindoro 16-under.
We talked about the court, no, and the depth perception kanina, Coach Mark. How about yung oras? Kasi I think the 14-under game kanina, sabi nila, yung umaga may not be, you know, the typical time that they would want to play a game. Are there also players na parang gusto ko, madaling araw ako naglalaro eh?
No, kung bata ka naman, wala namang problema. Kasi usually, di ba, when you go varsity, maaga yung mga laro. Usually sa umaga rin. So this is nothing new for these kids playing early on a weekend. So sanay na sila sa ganitong oras dapat. Siguro kung mas matanda ka, hindi ka na sanay sa ganyan. Di ba?
Alas 7? Ano?
Call time, 6 o'clock. Kung bata ka, walang problema yan. Madali gumising.
Last 5 seconds. Ayaw gumana. Rebound battle. Possession arrow will be to the junior disciplinados. So they have 2.8 seconds to convert on this baseline inbound, trying to get some momentum heading into our second half. We are tied at 21. Let's see what they've drawn up. They go to De La Cruz. Baseline J is too strong. At dyan na nga matatapos ang ating first half of action. We are tied at 21. Mindoro and Malabon, ayaw bumitaw sa isa't isa. Silipin natin ang ating Apex Gaming 88 move of the game. And one of the, I guess, rare baskets that we've had so far. And that was that 3-pointer earlier coming from Malabon, courtesy of Matthew Aran for our Apex Gaming 88 move of the game. Back with the second half in just a few.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine. Elevate your game with Apex. Register now. From the court to the casino, elevate your game with Apex. Register now.
Ligan ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Ligan ng bayan na to, huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob. MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior MPBL para sa'yo, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob. MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior MPBL para sa'yo, ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior MPBL para sa'yo, ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior MPBL para sa'yo, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob. MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior MPBL para sa'yo, ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior MPBL para sa'yo, ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat.
It's a few minutes before we resume our second half of action of the 16-under matchup ng Mindoro at Malabon. Low-scoring affair, 21 apiece after the first half of action. We look at some highlights. There weren't a lot, Coach Mark, dahil yun nga, yung field goals didn't come too often for both teams. Field goal shooting nila are at a really low rate. Malabon is at 9 of 28, 32%. Samantalang Mindoro is 7 of 31 at 22%. So hindi po first quarter pa lang ang pinapanood ninyo. We're already at the second half and 21 points pa lang ang napuput up nitong both teams. And hindi ko rin masabi, Coach Mark, if it's really the defense of both teams or it's really the struggle in the offensive side.
No, it's a little bit of both. Defensively, both teams they've forced a lot of turnovers from each other. Looking at turnovers, Mindoro has 9, Malabon has 8. But at the same time, we saw a lot of missed free throws, especially from the side of Mindoro. Malabon naman, they've blown a lot of layups as well. So it's not really, you can credit just the defense of both teams. Medyo kasalanan din nila kung bakit sila nagsistruggle.
And let's see if they have found a bit of rhythm from playing from that first half, and we would see an uptick sa offensive output for both squads here in the second half. Gonzalez drives baseline, attacking two defenders, but will be called for that travel.
See, it's those decisions na tulad nun ni Gonzalez that really contribute to why their team is struggling offensively. You go 1-on-3, diba? You could have kicked it out, but instead, tawagan ka na traveling because of a poor decision like that.
Ferreros naman also attacking a couple of defenders. Can't get that to go. Mindoro will try to break the ice here in our third quarter. De Osio has been one of the players that has found that basket. Balik sa kanya. Back to Gonzalez. They have 4 to work with. Another steal here para sa Malabon. Trying to run a break, but the defense there for Mindoro. Spinning inside is Sanchez. Beautiful fake off the glass. Still can't get that to go. Scoreless pa rin tayo here in our third. Leading scorers so far for both teams, it is Cruz with 8 para sa Mindoro. Samantalang for Malabon, 3 players at 4 points. And the first 2 points here for our third quarter. Para kay Malyari. Give him 6 now for the ball game as an early timeout here called by Mindoro. 23-21 with 8 and 27 left in the third.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine. Elevate your game with Apex. Register now. From the court to the casino, elevate your game with Apex. Register now.
Liga ng bayan na to.
Balik tayo sa ating third quarter. Still watching the 16-under matchup of the Mindoro Decena Foundation Junior Disciplinados against the Malabon Fisher Mall Bagyon Basketball. The second of 9 games na hatid sa inyo ng ating Apex Gaming 88 Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL mula dito sa Ynares Center in Antipolo. Still a long day of basketball ahead. 18-under matchup for both teams immediately after this. Mamayang hapon, meron tayong Antipolo. So sa mga hometown na malapit dito sa Ynares, we're inviting you to watch the ball games live as Albero hits that three-pointer. I-hype natin ng konti because the baskets have not been too frequent in this matchup. So yung 3 points na yan, parang somewhat it means 10 points eh. Parang ganun yung dating sa akin, Coach Mark, sa the way that both these teams are struggling.
Totoo yan kasi this is only what? The second 3-point shot for Mindoro. Malabon also has 2. But tulad ng sinabi mo, scoring has been few and far in between for both teams. So any made basket has been very good.
So another turnover dito para sa Malabon. Mindoro now with the lead 24-23. We were tied at 21 heading into the second half. Bit of a seesaw affair for both these teams. Maagang timeout nga dito sa Mindoro. But off that timeout was that three-pointer. But that second try is blocked as Malyari attacking. Goes to De Castro. Nice inside passing pero hindi pa rin makaka-convert ang white shirts. Running on the other side as Albero blocked. Nice defense there shown by Sanchez. He will run it. Goes behind the back. Will be fouled. It's the third team foul now para sa Mindoro.
Great block there on the other end from Mindoro. Albero actually leading scoring for Mindoro is 9 points. But medyo kulang lang. And see the replay of the foul. Ikaw na foul, ikaw pa ang tumumba. Not a very pleasant situation for Factora.
It's a pass underneath, unable to be contained there by Malabon. They turned the ball over once again. That is turnover number 11 now para sa Fisher Mall. At, isipin mo kahit na maraming turnovers for both teams, points for off those turnovers is just 7 para sa Malabon and 6 for Mindoro. So yung hindi rin nakaka-capitalize both teams despite causing those turnovers for their opponents.
again, we have a lot of turnovers, we have a lot of missed shots, but both teams have failed to capitalize on these possessions that they have, a lot of empty possessions. So, the scoring could have been better, but it's the lack of the discipline per se from Mindoro and Malabon on the offensive end. So that could have been a better shot. Instead, swinging the ball from that roll, ganda yung pick and roll nila dun, but an open shot could have been better instead of a forced floater from Malabon.
Francisco will try attacking inside. Drop pass. Mercado could have taken it the first time, but that bit of hesitation, mapipituhan nga siya ng traveling. So even when opportunities are created, hindi ko nga masabi din if the turnovers are forced, no? Or if it's really, just caused by this offensive parang funk that both teams are in. So three-pointer way short para kay Aran. Do get another opportunity. Still 9 to work with. Pass underneath is blocked. The blue shirts recover. Albero will run it. Pass ahead to De La Cruz. Gets another 2 para sa Mindoro. They now lead by 3, 26 to 23.
That's a 5-0 run. A blazing run from Mindoro. And that's already big considering the situation both teams are in. Nagsistruggle talaga sila sa scoring.
Another block there. Cartago, that time erasing that shot. Takbo sila ulit. And Albero, that rattles out. Saving the ball to the wrong person. It's another foul whistled here. Stopping the break here para sa Malabon. 4th team foul though for Mindoro. That puts them at the limit. Talking about earlier nga, Coach Mark, that this type of ball game where both teams are struggling offensively, as we look at another platoon substitution. Well, 4 players lang. Naiiwan tong si Sanchez inbounding the basketball. That a run or a mini run just might be enough to give you that caution na pwede mo nang dalhin sa dulo ng ball game.
No, that was almost a 7-0 run if not for that blown gimme by Albero. But here, Mindoro has another chance to tack onto this 5-0 run. Might be small, pero in the context of our game, medyo malaki na yun.
Yep. Pick tayo sa corner. Another 3-pointer short though para kay Francisco. Miranya. Directed for Malabon. Attacking the hoop, masusundutan. Another fast break opportunity para sa Mindoro. Francisco decides to take it all the way. He will be fouled. Chance to earn some points from the stripe. So nice attack doon para kay Francisco. Really taking advantage of that numbers na meron sila in that instance.
This is something Mindoro has to do more. Get on the break, get in transition, get some easy layups. Maybe yun ang sisindi sa half-court offense nila when they see some easy layups go in. Diba? That can really help the confidence of a struggling team.
Was their half-court set. Yun nga, sabi mo, empty possessions from both ends of the basketball. So anytime makapag-create ka ng iba pang opportunity from via fast break, in that case, 2 out of 2 from the free throw stripe, extending this lead now to 5. Alam mong struggling yung half-court set mo eh. A miss there from Malabon from outside. The attack this time. Short once again. Blocked inside, but foul daw ang ipipito dito against Mindoro. As Manlutak will get a couple of tries from the free throw stripe. You were highlighting itong si Monico Manlutak for Malabon as, well, their leading scorer, but you said that it's not your typical leading scorer numbers, averaging just a shade over 10 a ball game. Pero even yung 10 points na yan, in this ball game, mataas yan, mabigay mo yung output na yan for your team dahil he's been fairly quiet for the Fisher Mall, talking about itong si Monico Manlutak, be a big difference. It's a nice erasure there coming from Malabon. Sila naman ang tatakbo. Miranya with a lefty. That rattles out. So yung before we get back to that thought, we go to Flo for a report. Flo?
As expected, ang laking kumpiyansa raw ng pagkapanalo nila Saivan de la Cruz ng Mindoro against the number 1 team. But you would be surprised na this young baller is still not contented with his performance dahil mas gusto niya pa raw pag-igihan ng depensa para mas ma-pressure ang kalaban. This is a type of mindset we need at this point in a competition na mas humihigpit na ang laban. Do you agree, Jaime and Coach Mark?
Mahigpit talaga ang laban, I would say. And this 6-point lead that Mindoro has built just feels like parang they've broken away from Malabon. So Albero will miss. Malabon will try again on the other end. Santos challenged. Manlutak will recover but will lose it. Balik ulit sa Mindoro ang bola. They lead this ball game 30-24 with 1:17 remaining in the third quarter.
Again, empty possessions for Malabon. That's 2 wide open layups na nasayang nila. Diba? This could have been only a 2-point lead, but instead, you're in danger of, as I say that, they commit a turnover. Hopefully they convert this one, and they don't.
The struggles continue here para sa Malabon.
That's 3 transition opportunities na na-waste nitong Malabon consecutively. Tight na sana yung laro.
Hindi natin pwede ding sabihin na hindi sila nakakakuha ng chance eh. Talking about itong Malabon Fisher Mall. Just 3 points and the last 48 seconds na lang tayo dito. Just 3 points in this third quarter they have put up. Francisco, matatapikan ni Miranya. Both teams are in penalty. So both teams have to be careful not to give up silly fouls at the end of this quarter. And giving the free throw opportunities. De La Cruz attacking strong. Short. Gets his own miss. It's a foul whistled. He will go to the line. And to, yung mga ganitong opportunities nga, Coach Mark, that both teams need to capitalize on. It hasn't been pleasant, like in the open court or in the half court.
Oh, si De La Cruz has been very aggressive. He's tied with Albero now in terms of the scoring leadership for Mindoro. They both have 11 points. That's combined 22 out of the 31 for Mindoro. He's been very aggressive, but he's also made a couple of bad decisions when he's been attacking. But, as we said, they're looking for guys to pick up the loss of scoring from Lamarcus Pelayo, who's not here today in our ball game.
Kita mo rin yung ramdam, no? Yung absence ng scorer para dito sa Mindoro na you pointed this out earlier in our first half na yung pag nag-struggle ka, pwede mo siyang puntahan. Dump the ball to him and alam mong makakadiskarte. But in this ball game, any and every direction that they go to, they have been struggling to put up some points. Pero yung free throw nila has been, I guess, working for them a bit in the second half. Now 7 of 18, shooting at a higher clip. Last 7 seconds. Another miss from Malabon. 2 seconds left. At mauubos na nga ang oras sa ating third quarter. We were tied at 21 and now an 8-point lead built by Mindoro heading into the fourth. As we look at our Apex Gaming 88 move of the game. It's Malabon with that eye in the sky play. One of the few points that they have put up in the third quarter. They need more of that if they would want to have an opportunity to secure this victory. Babalik tayo with the last 10 minutes of action.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of...
Nandito tayo sa banda ng Mindoro 16U Foundation kung saan sinamahan ako ng kanilang napakasipag na head coach na si Coach Mark Fraginal. Magandang umaga po, Coach. Coach Mark, talking about your last game, napaka-sharp po ng difference. Galing po kayo sa sunod-sunod na talo at biglang tinalo niyo po ang undefeated na koponan. So, matanong ko lang, Coach, what spark or triggered this change sa inyong team?
Ang sabi ko sa kanila, kailangan na naming manalo. Kailangan namin talunin yung Quezon City nung last game. So siguro yung depensa, na-improve namin yung depensa talaga. Yun na.
I agree with you, Coach. Kitang-kita naman po yung depensa ng players mo. At meron po pa kayong gustong batiin sa mga taga-suporta ninyo?
Binabati ko nga pala yung mga sumusuporta sa Desena Foundation, yung boss ng Desena Foundation, si JR Desena, si Attorney Romeo Madrigal, at ang mayor si Mayora ng Mindoro.
Salamat, Coach Mark. At sana magtuloy-tuloy po ang performance ng iyong team. At salamat din sa Apex Gaming 88 for bringing out the sheer fun in gaming dahil pwede kang maglaro at manalo gamit lamang ang iyong phone. Gaming is for 21 above only and parental supervision is advised. Back to the panel.
We talked about defense, Coach Mark, and that's, I guess, one of the things that they can put an emphasis on, holding this 8-point advantage.
Oh, defensively, they've been very okay. Diba? They forced a lot of turnovers, talking about Mindoro, but they've also given up a lot of turnovers, just like that. And for Malabon, you're really searching for someone to just put the ball in the basket. It was a struggle, to say the least, time dun sa third quarter nitong Malabon. 3 points lang yung Malabon nung third quarter. That's 1 field goal and 1 free throw. So, hindi naman kakaiba yung ginawa ng Mindoro kasi 11 points lang din naman sila. But just to score 3 points says a lot about the deficiencies offensively for Malabon.
Nahihirapan nga sila to buy a basket. And speaking of, Sanchez breaking that drought para dito sa Malabon Fisher Mall. I think a good 8 minutes na hindi sila nakascore in this ball game. So that's a good sign to see as Francisco bawi naman sa kabila. May kasama pang foul. Power move brought to us by Pound for Pound Fitness, the official fitness partner of the Junior MPBL. Francisco, in the right place at the right time. Good decision na hindi na ibaba yung bola na yun. Nakabingwit pa nga ng foul dito mula kay Sanchez.
The rebounding battle has favored Mindoro, winning it 43-33, and it's big because it's getting them second opportunities as nakita na nagawa ni Francisco. Not only that, it really adds on it. Might not be much. 8 points lang naman nilamang nila, pero again, dito sa context ng laro natin, itong 8 points might as well be 20 points sa ibang laro.
Yung second opportunities nga na yan dahil percentage-wise, if you give yourself more opportunities for both teams that are struggling, mas magkakaroon ka ng chance to put up those points. So it just might be more opportunities that you can create. Give yourself a chance. Malyari. They swing it. Another 3-point attempt. Short. Rebound battle. Diving for the basketball. Will recover is Albero. Takbo dito ang Mindoro. Taktora almost losing it. He will reset. Still 8:09 remaining in our fourth quarter. 9-point lead here para sa Junior Disciplinados. A floater won't go. And another opportunity and another. And one power move brought to us by Pound for Pound Fitness, the official fitness partner of the Junior MPBL. Johansen Gonzalez that time finishing underneath.
Again, napakalaki nitong second opportunities for Mindoro. Kasi nga, they've been struggling from their point of attack. Very aggressive sila going downhill into the paint. Kita natin, daming layups, daming floaters, pero hindi lagi pumapasok. So, itong opportunities na nakukuha nila off offensive rebounds, been big. Ito yung nagpamaga ngayon dito sa lamang nila. Ngayon, 12 points na.
This was just a tied ball game, 21-21. Heading into the second half nga, just 5 points put up by Malabon in the second half. And that struggle and itong konting gising from Mindoro in terms of their offense, enough to put up this 12-point advantage. As we see Manlutak converting on that one. So kung may time na magising din ang opensa nitong Malabon, especially ito kay Monico Manlutak, it's about time to do so. Making matters worse, a wedgie for Malabon. They had a 2-on-1 advantage sana doon. Parang okay na lang na nagmintis na lang sana because di ba, may chance pang maka-rebound nga. Babalik pa ulit ang bola dito sa Mindoro. That's good as a wasted opportunity. And they had a lot of those types of opportunities. Talking about itong Malabon, Coach Mark, na may advantage sila on the break but they can't take 2 points with them.
No, sa bilang ko, Jaime, that's at least 5 possessions of that manner na sinayang itong Malabon. So if they did convert on those things, kasi 3 dun or were missed layups, so 4 kasama yung wedgie na yun. So if they were able to convert lang doon sa mga what could have been easy layups, the ball game would have been tied. Yun lang naman yung difference ngayon. If Coach Froilan will look back at the game tape nitong laro nila today, he can note yung mga possession na yun na nasayang. Kasi difference maker sana for them, especially considering their struggles from the field. Easy layups would have been a lot of help for them.
Ibang storya sana, no? Kung kahit nga kalahati lang nung opportunities na yun, yung kanilang na-convert, this would be a much closer score than what we're looking at the moment. And though it's just an 11-point lead, and I say just 12 in this instance dahil nga na-convert na yun, in this context, itong type of ball game where both teams are struggling, parang saan mo kukunin yung 12 points na yan? Ang hirap talagang makapuntos dito para sa Malabon.
But again, you never know, di ba? Baka biglang sumabog itong Malabon. One run can change everything in the face of this game.
So another jump ball will be whistled here. Earlier, it was Mindoro getting possession, so babalik dito sa Malabon. Because Mindoro had their run. They found their run in the third quarter. Malabon has yet to find a string of points or field goals para sa kanila. So you can argue that they're due to have their own run in this ball game. But it won't start with that three-pointer missed. Get an offensive rebound. No look, stolen. 4-on-2 opportunity here. Gonzalez deciding to take it all the way. 14-point lead now para sa Mindoro.
Yung pinag-usapan natin kanino ng third quarter, di ba? Kailangan makatakbo in transition itong Mindoro. And they're doing just that, capitalizing on these turnovers by Malabon and converting them in great fashion, just like that.
Another conversion dito sa Mindoro. 44-28. Now building a 16-point advantage. So similar to the 14-under matchup, Coach Mark, it was a close first half, but Mindoro really finding their rhythm dito sa second half. Able to create enough separation as Factora misses on that 3 ball. Pero mahaba-haba pa to. 5:54 left as Sanchez will lose that basketball, turning it back over to Mindoro. It's just a recurring theme here, Coach Mark, unfortunately for Malabon. 44-28 with the last 5:51 of this fourth. Babalik with more junior MPBL.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine. Elevate your game with Apex. Register now. From the court to the casino, elevate your game with Apex. Register now.
Back with the last 5 minutes and 51 seconds of this ball game. Mindoro has now mounted a 16-point advantage against Malabon Fisher Mall Bagyon Basketball, trying to hold on to secure this victory in a battle of two struggling teams. It has been Mindoro that is able to find the basket in the second half as Factora adds to this lead. Now 18 para sa Blue Shirts.
As he said, may rhythm na tong Mindoro, and they found it because of their defense. Pinag-usapan din natin kanina, will they able to sustain this form, yung generating offense from their defense? And so far, Mindoro has done a great job of doing just that, not allowing Malabon any clean shots, and Malabon not really helping themselves by yung mga opportunities ng fast break na minintis lang nila.
Yung Mindoro actually had similar na opportunities in the first half na hindi rin nila nako-convert. But this time, they're making it count. Na pag sila naman yung may opportunity to run the break because their half-court set hasn't been the best so far, yung fast break opportunities that they have created off those turnovers, they've capitalized. At sa kabila, hindi nila nako-convert. Lumobo nga bigla na magana itong kalamangan nila. 46-28 now with 5:03 remaining in the fourth quarter. Paalala lang sa ating viewers how important this matchup is. The winner of this ball game would put themselves at a better spot na maiwasan ang play-in dahil makakatabla nga sila with Manila with 4 wins. And a possibility to, escape that play-in. Samantalang the loser will not just found themselves in the play-in, pero may chance din pa nga sila yung malaglag dahil the 11th team right now is also just standing at 2 wins.
No, mabigat yan, lalo na kung ikaw yung Malabon. Ayaw mo ma-relegate doon sa 11th spot. Kasi diretso na silang matatanggal after the elimination round.
Santos tries for 3. That's too strong. 15 points pa rin inahabol dito ng Malabon. Mercado attacking strong. Will be rewarded with 2 shots.
Hindi mo rin naman masasabi, Jaime, because of the turnovers. Because the turnover situation almost equal. Malabon has 20, Mindoro has 17. So there's no really advantage there in terms of if you're looking at the numbers by itself. Pero rebounding-wise, Mindoro has had the advantage. They've out-rebounded itong Malabon by 10. So that's 10 more possessions for Mindoro, which they've really converted on, resulting in this 16-point lead now para sa Mindoro, sorry.
Still 4:05 to make something happen is Malabon. Is Mandlutak. Goes to Malyari, mapapatid. Foul will be called here and that would just be the team foul number 4 para sa Mindoro. But both teams are at the limit. Penalty now moving forward with the last 3:56 of this fourth quarter.
Kung titignan mo lang naman yung statistics solely, hindi mo may isip na up 17 na itong Mindoro sa ngayon. Because again, like I said, turnovers 21-18. Malabon has 21, Mindoro with 18. Points in the paint almost equal, 22 for Mindoro and 20 sa Malabon. But again, and shooting-wise, it's been equal din. 27% field goal percentage for Mindoro, 24 for Malabon. But the difference has been, number 1, on the free throw line, where Mindoro has made a living shooting 15 out of 26. At the same time, rebounding-wise, yun nga, dahil nga napag-usapan natin yung second opportunities for Mindoro, that is what has given them this lead, this 17-point lead now. Kasi every other stat has been equal.
And that's, well, parang pag tinignan mo nga yung stats alone, as you pointed out, Coach Mark, and dun lang sa dalawang categories na yung lumamang. And we're looking at a 17-point advantage. So, how important talaga yung categories na yan for a team to be able to capitalize on. And that would be enough to get some separation nga from your opponent.
Kasi with everything equal, di ba? Those are the only 2 categories that really stand out in terms of advantage para dito sa Mindoro. Malabon's only shooting 2 out of 8 from the free throw line. So automatically, that's a 13-point advantage para dun sa Mindoro. And at the same time, the rebounding, makita natin dito sa run ng Mindoro in the second half. They've had a bunch of second chance opportunities, so it's really fueled this breakaway late in our game.
So we saw Frank Andre Salvador scoring on that basket. Now they need stops. Our Malabon. That's good at the stop. 3-second violation will be called here against Mindoro. Babalik ang bola sa Malabon to try and get that run. It has eluded them in this ball game. They have not been able to go on kahit like 5, 7, 8 to nothing run itong Malabon. Kaya biglang lumobo nga. Able to convert on that one. Another opportunity na hindi talaga ma-convert dito ng Malabon.
And that's been the story for Malabon. You know, open shots, transition opportunities na hindi nila ma-convert. Siyempre, as a kid, yung kumpiyansa mo, medyo mawawala din. Kasi, isipin mo, missed layup, sunod-sunod na missed layup. So, and a shot like that from Albero, which could be officially the dagger for this ball game, masakit talaga yan. Hirap bumawi.
Nakaka-deflate, no? Na nakikita mong yung mga misses ninyo are very point blank and sorry misses if you're Malabon. Tapos dito naman, may awa din pa. That Albero 3 extending this lead now to 18 once again. Dadagdagan pa ng dalawa. Now at 20-point lead as Factora converts on that layup. Sagot on the other end, but maybe a case of a little too late para dito sa Malabon. Just a minute and 50 remaining in our fourth quarter. As De La Cruz adds a couple more to his output. Yeah, there was just 21. Tabla tayo at 21 at the end of this first half. You wouldn't think that any of these teams could be breaking away from each other, but Mindoro found a way and they have capitalized on their opportunities, while on the other end hindi rin nakabitaw from that curse, I guess, that they had in the first half was Malabon, and every time they had an opportunity on the break, hindi nila ma-convert, but Mindoro was able to correct that in the second half. Ito na. Di ba, parang hindi mo ramdam na biglang 20 points na yun lamang nitong Mindoro, the way that the ball game was going. Because both teams really struggled in that first half. It wasn't pretty.
Well, it wasn't pretty, period, for both teams itong laro natin. But Mindoro doing just enough, especially defensively. Getting out in transition whenever they got those rebounds and then getting to the free throw line and converting with success.
If you're Mindoro, ikaw yung unang nakahanap nung solusyon. And I would say both these teams, parang ang naging kalaban nila dito was themselves. And Mindoro just was, found enough juice and able to figure out what they needed to address. Sa kabila, talagang the struggle continued throughout the ball game, and they see themselves really just with 35 points with the last minute and 15, talking about itong Malabon Fisher Mall. They would want to recover the last couple of games that they still have in this elimination round, and really want to avoid finishing at the bottom. At least play in man lang, and maybe you find your rhythm at the right time. Not this rhythm that na meron sila dito sa larong to. And who knows? They just might surprise people the playoffs.
Yun naman yung napakaganda dito sa Junior MPBL. Medyo unpredictable. Kahit nasabihin mong record-wise, medyo mas liamado yung nasa taas. All it takes is one good day from a player to really break out and make a difference. And today, even if Mindoro was missing itong si Lamarcus Pelayo, so the likes of De La Cruz and Albero really step up and carry the team offensively despite the struggles.
Sabi nga natin, this might be a welcome development if you are Mindoro, na makahanap ka ng player that outside of Pelayo, you can rely on as well if in case Pelayo may foul trouble, ganyan, or Pelayo medyo maalat. Because you need several weapons in Junior MPBL to give yourself a chance.
No, especially, ngayon nga, papunta na tayo sa playoffs natin, a lot of teams will, nakalaban mo na yan eh. So, meron na silang ability to scout you, what they do to you defensively, offensively. So, those coaches will have the benefit of that, being able to scout and prepare specifically para doon sa mga kalaban nila sa playoffs. So, yun nga, kakailanganin mo yung magic bunot na ganun, kumbaga. Diba? Na hindi alam ng mga coaches na, uy, wala sa scouting report to ah. Tapos biglang may 14, 15 points. Laking bagay yun.
I remember itong interview ni Dwayne Wade with Uncle Shay Shay. What went wrong daw sa kanilang finals nung Miami-Dallas. And he was highlighting JJ Barea. Na parang they knew Dirk would be Dirk, di ba? And Jason Terry, Jason Kidd. But they weren't prepared for a JJ Barea nung finals na yon, which proved to be the difference in that series. So that could be the player that the teams would be looking for in the playoffs as an X factor. And just recapping nga itong effect ng ball game na to sa ating standings, Mindoro would now be moving to 4 and 5. That would be the good for solo 6th in our standings ahead of Bulacan and half a game behind Manila. While the Malabon Fisher Mall would fall to 2 and 6. They would slide to 2 and 6. That would still be 9th. So pasok pa rin sila sa play-in. However, itong Valenzuela standing at 1 and 7 with still 2 games to play. And if you are Valenzuela, something that you can still get into the play-in kapag nadulas din ang mga teams na ahead of you right now. Meantime, silipin natin muli ang ating Apex Gaming 88 move of the game, that Factora drop pass, beautiful play coming from Mindoro. They were able to find a basket in the second half, able to come up with this big victory, 55-35. One more matchup ang paparating dito for both teams. 18 under matchup, nakadalawa na ang Mindoro at the beginning of this morning. As we actually see Pelayo, no, na umiiga-iga dito. He seems to be nursing an injury he may have gotten during warm-ups, possibly. But hopefully we see him back soon dahil kailangan nga siya ng Mindoro. Meantime, punta muna tayo kay Flo, who is with our Apex Gaming 88 player of the game.
Another win under their belt. At atid yan sa inyo ni Juancho Albero, our Apex Gaming 88 player of the game with 14 big points. Congratulations, Juancho! Juancho, matanong ko lang, kung dati panay ang talo ng team mo, anong masasabi mo na ngayon nagsusunod-sunod na ang panalo nyo?
Siyempre, masarap po sa pakiramdam kasi dati uwi kami, talo, medyo malungkot. Pero nakinig lang kami sa game plan na binigay ng nila Coach Mark po sa amin, kaya rin po kami nananalo.
Maraming salamat, Juancho. I'm sure a player as good as you, marami kang taga-suporta na gustong batiin.
Shoutout po sa parents ko na nanonood, kay Boss JR Desena po, sa buong Mindoro, pati coaching staff, tsaka sa girlfriend ko po nanonood, tsaka kay Factora po, napakagaling na point guard.
Maraming salamat, Juancho, and congratulations again to the Mindoro Desena Foundation team. And here, Jaime and Coach Mark to end this game.
Thank you, Flo, and congratulations once again to Juancho Albero, our Apex Gaming 88 best player of the game. And that 14 points, just enough in this type of ball game where both teams struggled in the first half. But Mindoro was able to find their stride. Unfortunately for Malabon, hindi nga nila mahanap throughout this ball game.
The Malabon really just shot themselves in the foot with all those turnovers and the blown layups. It could have been a different ball game, but in the end, a loss is a loss for Malabon and a great win by Mindoro.
One last chance para sa Malabon in the 18 under matchup coming right up. Once again, magpapaalam muna kami saglit ni Coach Mark for more junior MPBL action. Diyan lamang po kayo. Ito ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino.